Hello friends, I'm Shyam Tamankar. I welcome you all to an audio visual learning program, MSBT Lead Learning at Your Doorsteps. Here we are now going to discuss about course outcome 2, unit outcome 5, part C of the subject management code 22509. Here in unit outcome 5, part C, we'll discuss about motivation, what is motivation, and how to motivate employees to deliver goals. As the picture says, continuation of the motivation is required. That means continuous motivation is required to raise the bar of the performance. So if you want to have performance from your employees, and if you want or wish that their performance should improve or increase, then you have to motivate them continuously. Now, what is the content and agenda of this unit? We'll understand what is motivation. We'll discuss about factors of motivation. Then what is the need and importance of the motivation. So what the quote says, that when talent and motivation go hand in hand, no barriers can stop an individual and organization from getting success. So you need two things. If you want to achieve success as an individual, or you want to achieve success as an organization, you must have talent and you must have motivation. Talent part we already discussed. We discussed about the competence and how to recruit talented people. You are supposed to recruit talented people, then nurture their talent, build on that, and retain them. So, talent is one part, but the other part is motivation. If people are talented, but if they are not motivated, they will not be able to deliver goals or the results. माणूस किती हुशार असला पण त्याला त्याच्या आयुष्याचं मोटिवेशन नसेल तर तो काय करेल, तो नुसता बसून राहील. मग त्या टॅलेंटचा काही फायदा होईल का? त्या टॅलेंटचा काहीही फायदा होणार नाही. त्या हुशारीचा काहीही फायदा होणार नाही. So talent and motivation has to go hand in hand, then and only then you will be able to get the success, and nobody can stop you from getting the success. Now the term motivation refers to a word motive. So motivation word has come from the word motive. The meaning of it is inner drive. So there is something inside you which drives you. So it means inner drive or the intention you have that makes a person to do something or to act in a certain way. So that drive, that intention make the person to act, and that too in a particular manner or in a certain way. A motive is an active form of need or desire. So from where the motive comes? The motive comes from the desires of the person or the needs of the person. So he has certain desires, he has certain needs, and those needs and desires motivate that person. Now, to satisfy the needs and desires, a person puts in his own efforts under proper conditions. So, if you have desires and you want to fulfill those desires, then you have to act You have to toil, you have to put your efforts. There is nothing like that असेल हरित देईल खाटल्यावरी. There is a proverb in Marathi. बसल्या बसल्या काही मिळणार नाही. You have to do the efforts, and that too under proper condition. You should create the proper condition. If proper conditions are not there, probably only efforts will not be sufficient. Now, according to Harold Kunz, motivation is a general term applying to the entire class, drives, needs, wishes, and similar forces. So, it is a generic term, a parent term that is applies to the entire class of drives, needs, wishes, and similar forces. You can understand this. To say that managers motivate their subordinates means they do the things which they hope will satisfy this desire. So managers do everything, whatever is needed for satisfaction of these desires of their subordinates, to induce the subordinate to act in a desired manner. So they do it all for what? To induce the subordinates to act in a desired manner. Motivation is essentially an act of a leader, and now managers are leaders. So it is an act of a leader or a manager, and it is essentially an art. Some people, you will find, they are able to motivate others. They create this strong desire or inspiration in other people. But some people probably are not able to do that, because everybody does not have this art, but leaders must possess this art. Now, motivation is a continuous process. You have to do it continuously. It is not a one time affair. And this continuous motivation produces goal directed behavior of your subordinates, and they try to deliver goals. So, motivation is a combined effect of three groups of factors. So, there are total three groups of factors. First, forces operating within an individual. So, there are certain forces or the drives acting within an individual. They may be his nature, his characteristics, his needs or his desires, and his values. So, every individual has certain beliefs and certain values. So, those values or those needs and his nature make him motivated. Second is forces operating within the organization. So, if you are working in an organization, then the organizational structure. How is the organizational structure? Whether it is well defined, whether the positions are well defined, whether the flow of the authority is well defined. So, organizational structure, then superior and subordinate relations, how the relations are between the superior and subordinate, whether they are good, whether they are healthy, transparent. Then what is the nature of job, what you are doing, whether that job is challenging, interesting, or that job is monotonous or bore. So if the job is challenging, you will feel motivated. If the job is monotonous or boring, you will not be motivated. Then the working conditions. So there are working conditions. So the environment around you, if the working conditions are very bad, like there is a stuffy atmosphere, there is a heat, and there is a noise, you will not like to work, or you will not be motivated under such conditions. But if the department is clean, orderly, there is good ventilation, and if you feel comfortable, then you will like to work and feel motivated. Forces operating in the external environment, that is culture, customs, values of society. So cultures are different from community to community, from region to region, or from country to country. Now, the culture of Japan and culture of India, I'm talking about the world culture, they are different. Japanese people are very much sincere, committed to their work. Probably we people, we do not have that work culture, or we are not sincere and committed to our jobs. Then there are different customs of that particular community. Some customs make you motivated, and some customs may make you demotivated. Now, there are certain values of the society. The way there are values of the individual, there are values of the society, and those values of the society also can create the motivation. Now, what are the factors of motivation? Motivation is one of the important aspects in managing human resources. If you want to manage human resources, then motivation is a must. Now, there are several factors or drivers that motivate a person to work, and they can be broadly divided into two groups as given below. One group is the monetary factors, that means the salary and wages you get, the bonus you get, what is the level of the salary, whether it is satisfactory, then other incentives or the perks or the different facilities at work, then personal interviews, because sometimes you get personal incentives for your work as an appreciation. Then you must get the timely salaries, you must get timely increments and promotions. So these are all monetary factors, because you work for money, because you want to survive. So all these are the monetary factors. And what are the non-monetary factors? They are appreciation and recognition. Sometimes you feel that even the appreciation and recognition is enough. You think that your management may not give you promotion, but at least they should appreciate you openly in front of others. Then good working condition. We already discussed about the working conditions. So working conditions must be good. Then there has to be matching delegation of authority or empowerment. We talked about it when we discussed about the organizational structure. Then there has to be a job security, and there has to be a tenure of the job, means the job must be at least for a certain period. There should not be any frequent change in your job. Then there should be good superior and cordial relations with the superiors. There has to be job enrichment and the participation. That means your job, you must try, and your management must help you to enrich your job, doing more things, and you must feel that you are participating in the management process. So these are all the factors of motivation. Now, what is the need and importance of motivation? It is very obvious. Motivation offers several advantages to the organization and also to the employees. So both are, you know, getting the advantages. Employees themselves as well as the organization. They are as follows. First, you get the higher efficiency. Second, reduced absenteeism, because if you find the work interesting, if you are motivated, then you will not remain absent unless otherwise there is a compelling reason. If you are not motivated and if you don't find your work interesting, then you will find 100 reasons to remain absent. Reduced employee turnover, so there will be less attrition rate. People will not leave your organization, they will feel like working with you. Improved corporate image, because of the less rate of attrition, and the employees will talk about the organization outside better, and so your corporate image will be improved. You will have good industrial relations, means relations with your employees, relations with your customers, your suppliers, and the society. the morale of the workers and the employees will be improved. They will feel elevated. They will not feel depressed or down. Then there will be reduction in wastages and breakages, because if you are motivated, if your conscience is clear, you like your work, then definitely you will have the concentration and you will create less wastages and less breakages or the rejection. There will be reduced accidents because you being motivated, you are not having any anxiety or the stress, and because of that you can concentrate on your work, and so there will be reduced accidents. It will facilitate initiative. People will like taking initiative in their work, and they will think about the innovations. So motivation, this is the journey from inspiration to motivation, from motivation to progress, and progress to success. So motivation is one of the step to success. So this is all for this part. That is part C. We discussed about and tried to understand about the concept of motivation, its importance. So thank you very much for patient hearing. Thanks a lot. Now we'll meet in unit outcome 5 part D shortly. Thank you.